Hello, in this video I'm going to go over this program cubeChamp that introduces a new format of 1v1ing to cubing, which could be fun. And this is open for anyone to use, so here's the instructions of how to install it and how to work with it. Also a deep dive into the workings. So first of all, what you want to do is download Python if you haven't already. There's this nice button, you just click it and you run the installer. And what's very important is that you tick this box while installing to add Python to your pod. What this will do is basically it will make you able to run the Python command in your terminal, which we will use later. So I already have Python, so I'm not going to do this. But if you don't have Python, you should install it here. I'll leave links in the description. Also, what you need will be tclear. Normally it comes default with Python. If it doesn't on your device, then I would look up instructions on how to install it. But normally, if everything goes right, it should be there. Now, what you want to do then is, if you don't have Git on your computer, which I assume you don't, if you do, you probably know how to work this. Links to this GitHub repository will be in the description, but you want to click download zip, which is gonna download this zip, which I will move to a folder that I made for this so that there won't be any noise. So what you want to do is you want to right click this and you want to extract all. This will open this for some reason. So here you will have a bunch of stuff, which the thing that's most important is this. What we're going to do is we're going to open it in terminal. We're going to right click the folder first and then open in terminal. Should be one of the options. And then it's going to open this very sophisticated PowerShell window. And what we want to do is we want to type Python because we want to open a file with Python. And we want to type gui.py, which should open this window. And now you have it running. To test if you did it right, you should click open event from file. There should be a default file called example.event. So if you click submit, it should open Timon, Mati, Yiheng, and Max Spark, which is something I use for testing, so that works. It should be alright. So now I'm gonna explain how it works. So basically, imagine you have 5 competitors. I'm gonna indicate them with different colors. So you have red, you have green, you have pink, you have yellow. Don't mind my cat sneezing. So for example, red already won 2 games. Let me choose black. So red won 2 games, green won 1, pink won 1, and yellow won 0. They each have a mean. So maybe I should type it a bit bigger. So this person's mean is like 10. This person's mean is also 10. And there's 15. And this person has 20, for example, as a mean. So what the program is going to do is, first of all, it looks at the wins. And whoever has most wins will compete with the next most wins, but these two have the same amount of wins. So then it will look at the means. So 2 is going to compete against 10, and 2 wins is going to compete against 1 win and a mean of 10, and these 2 will also compete against each other. There's also systems in place which will make sure competitors don't keep competing against the same person over and over again, except when it absolutely cannot find anybody else to compete against. But usually this does work, so you don't have to worry about that. So how does a game work? Basically, you pick yourself how many points there is to win. By default, that's 3. Then you compete in a 3x3 battle in like a best of 5. So whoever gets to 3 points first wins the game. So it's kind of like Monkey League. And you determine who wins by who has the lowest average, well, the lowest single. Excuse me. So let's do a little demonstration. Let's do a new event called 3x3. Competitors shall be A, B, C, D, E, and F. So that's how you enter the competitors. So let's, instead of 3 points because it's gonna take too long, I'm gonna do 2 points to win. So here the matches have been made and you can click on them using this box. So if I want to, for example, do C and D first, I can do that. So for example, C gets a 10, D gets an 11.55, then C will get a point. If I now want to go to another match and insert times in there, this match will still be saved and the points will still be calculated. Now, this doesn't look very flashy, I know that, I can work on that, but this is just an early version of how it should work. So once you give in all the times, then D is gonna have won this battle. So now, if I do this for everyone, and then the end battles button will come available, and you will see the means of everyone and the rankings of who is the top 1 and who is losing. Then you can save it. The default will save to a folder events. But if this doesn't work, then you just go to this folder and you make a new folder called events, because it flips when that's not there for some reason. I'll probably fix it in the future. So if I now click save and go home, it should be saved to this folder. So if I now want to access this, I click load event from file, events /3x3.event, submit, and everything I had was here. And that's basically it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Yeah, I hope this has some use in the future. So bye. Hope to see you in the next video if I ever upload one.